Hello and welcome. This is chapter 11. We are in lesson 1 and we're going to be doing the work together and on your own. So if you look at your instructions, it says partial purchases, cash payments, and general ledgers for graphic inks are given. Also given are the accounts payable ledger accounting forms for selected accounts and a blank form for a schedule of accounts payable. So we're going to start. Number 1 says start a new page for the accounts payable ledger account for Regal Designs. The account number is 240 and the balance on October 1st of the current year was $877. So the first thing we have to do is go to our ledgers. So here you can see that we have like our journals, and down here is our ledgers. We need to go to the one for Regal Designs. Okay, for the vendor name, we're just going to put in Regal Designs. And the account number for that vendor number, it says that was number 240. Okay, the balance, the date that we're starting this one is October the 1st. Will I write anything in the item number? Yes, I will, because we're bringing this balance forward. I'm going to put balance there. The post reference is going to be the check mark, so it gets a V, and it says that the balance for the current year was $877. So this is easy. I only have one choice. It has to be a credit balance because this is a liability. We owe them money, so a liability has a normal credit balance. Okay, so we have finished the step for number 1. Number 2 says we're going to post the accounts payable credit entry on line 7 of the purchases journal. So we're going to look for the purchases journal line 7 to the accounts payable account for Regal Designs. So we're using this one. We're going to go to purchases line 7. So up here for my journal, I'm going to the purchases journal. And we'll see if I can see everything at once. And we're looking for the one on line 7. Okay, this is just a partial purchases journal. So on line 7, it says the date's the 19th. We're going to assume this is for October. Okay, we're going to put in, it says this is an accounts payable credit. So I'm going to my credit column. I'm going to put in $1,403.20. So now I have to figure out what my balance is. I had a credit balance, then I had another credit. So will I add or will I subtract for these? Right, because they're the same, I'm going to add them together if my calculator will open. I got several of them. Sorry about that. Close one more of them. Okay. So we had 877 was our balance. Now we had a $1,403.20 credit. So we're going to add those two together, which should give us $2,280.20. I hope that's what you got. Okay, post reference, what goes there? That's where I'm going to take this. It comes from page 10 of the purchases journal, so it's a P10. And then don't forget your last step. This is account number 240. Account number 240 has to come back up here to show that I have that one done. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Step 3 says we're going to post the accounts payable debit entry on line 15 of the cash payments journal. So I'm going to look at my cash payments journal to the accounts payable account for electrographic supply. So cash payments, line 15. Okay, here's line 15. You can see it's for electrographic supply. So I'm going to find electrographic supply. The date is the 20th. Okay, this one, if I go to the accounts payable, shows it as a debit of $776, so I'm putting that in my debit. Okay, and then I have to do the math. So I had a credit, now I have a debit. because they are not the same, you have a credit and debit, you're going to subtract. So 760 minus 760, I don't even need my calculator, that's going to be 0. Okay, and that makes perfect sense because this is how much we owed them, and up here we wrote them a check to pay how much we owed them. So we paid off our bill. So I need to put that this came from the cash payments journal, so that is a CP 15. And to show that I have it posted, I'm going to put account number 230 in the post reference. Okay, number 4, we're going to post the credit entry on line 5 of the general journal to the accounts payable account for electrographic supply. And we will post the debit entry on line 6 of the general journal to the accounts payment account for art things. So we're going to the general journal and looking for line 5. Line 5 is right here. It's for electrographic. That's where we're at. And it shows a credit of $2,544. So the date is the 26th. We have a credit of $2,544 because it looks like we bought some office supplies on account. So how much do we owe them? Well, we had a 0 balance. Now we have a credit. So 0 plus 2,544 is $2,544. Too many zeros. 2544. Okay. This came from my general journal, page 11, so I'm going to put G11. And we posted it to account number 230. So we're going to put 230 back up here to show we posted it. Remember, we always put that in there for 2 reasons. 1, to let us know that we have got this one completed, and 2, if there seems to be a mistake, we know which account we posted it to. Okay, the next one, it says we're going to look at line 6. Line 6 is art and things. So we're going to go to the art and things subsidiary ledger. It is on the 28th. It shows that we have a debit of 125. It looks like we returned something to art and things. So a debit of 125. Okay, so now we have to do the balance. We had a credit balance. Now we have a debit. Because we have a credit and a debit, we're going to subtract those. So on our calculator, 873 minus 125 is 748. The credit was bigger, so it goes in the credit column. And plus, that's the only choice we have. Okay, this came from our general journal number 11, so it's G11. And we posted it to account 210, so it goes back to 210. Okay, next one. Number 5 says we're going to prepare a schedule of accounts for graphic inks on October 31st of the current year for these selected accounts. The accounts payable balance in the general ledger on October 31st is $6,558.20. That's going to be very important here in just a little bit. So, down here is our schedule of accounts. So we're going to put the name of our business. The name of our business is Graphic Inks. The second line is going to be the title. This is our schedule of accounts payable. And the date was October 31st of the current year. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I've got the top one open. That's Art and Things. That's the first account. I'm going to put Art and Things. And all I have to do is take the balance, 748, put it down here. Okay, next account is Can Do Graphics. Oops, did we skip one? I feel like we should have written something here. Let me just double check. Regal, Electro, and Art and Things. Okay, I don't think I skipped it. I'm just going to look. Can Do Graphics. Nope. 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 Okay, we're all good. So for Can Do Graphics, we're going to put them down here. And their balance is $986. Okay, the next one is Electro Graphics Supply. And their balance is $2,544. And then Regal Designs has a balance of $2,280. Okay, so we have them all listed. We're going to put totals, or total is going to go on this line, and we're going to just add them up. This should actually be total accounts payable. Sorry, because these are our total of our accounts payable. So in the calculator, 748 plus 986 plus 2,544 plus 2,280 equals $6,558. Now, I'm going to check and make sure I'm right. So I'm going to go back to my instructions where it says the accounts payable balance in the general ledger on October 31st is $6,558.20. Oops. That is not what I got. So I made a mistake. Okay. I see where my mistake is. Okay, I'm off 20 cents. So I'm going to look and I'm like, okay, I remember one of these accounts had a 20 cents. Regal Designs was $2,280.20. I did not put the 20 cents in here. So I can put that in. If I re-add this, I'm going to get $6,558.20. Now my numbers match. So now I am finished. Okay. If you do not get this number to match with what's in your instructions for the accounts payable balance, you have a mistake and you need to go find it before you do anything else. Okay, so that was work together. So you need to go ahead and do on your own and do application problem. If you're working with the packet that I gave you, the last page of your application problem is going to have some check numbers for you. So, or the last page of your packet has some check numbers for your account, for your application problem, to make sure you're doing it correct. Your homework for tonight is going to be to go ahead and do the vocabulary and the questions for Chapter 11, Section 2. See you later.